study them, you get to study the pattern of behavior, right? And that's why they can't do nothing to us but call us on the telephone over and over again. That's all they can do. Or they can up the taxes a little bit, or they can write a little thing like that. Right? They haven't evolved. And the other thing, science fiction management. Remember, we used to talk about that all the time, but we never mentioned what it was. Well, that's a stage we right smack in the middle of scientific management, and we're not afraid of it. Scientific management is when the white man might have something in your brain that can manipulate you. And you say, get busy, cracker, we're going to see. Yeah, that's science fiction management. And that's what we live in now, right? You see everything they got is now, science fiction has become a reality. But for the Negro, science fiction management means, boss man, if you got a gadget in the brain, and I knew something because of the FBI is sitting there, they had one of them things, and he had it almost sitting at my head. I started to ask him, but I didn't, because I want him to do what he's going to do. Psychological guerrilla warfare, strategic management under conditions of repression, and all of these other things, including science fiction management, means that someone has to accept the responsibility to waylay all the things that they worship and show the people they ain't nothing. Example, you ain't nothing but a bum, right? That's what you're saying. What they worship, what they worship, their idols, all the things that they have, little idols. Oh, he has a PhD, he has such and such and such, right? They have such much money. They have so many, there's a happy movie star, or a rapper. Look, they so happy, why every other month somebody commits suicide out there. And they got all the money in the world. And they look, how is it that the people committing suicide are the most beautiful people out there, and they got all the money, and they got 3 or 4 swimming pools, and they're not happy? What's up with that? That's showing the people, hey, this stuff, this glitter and all of that, it ain't, hey man, it ain't nothing. I think a lot, I had a chance to have all of that in spades, more than anybody in our region. And I got a chance to see that, hey, it ain't nothing. Absolutely nothing. Okay, as long as they keep fooling the people, that's it, right? We have to show them and teach them and educate them about internal development. It's better to develop internally more than it is to develop externally. It's better to have, like Imam Ghazali, they asked him, what shall we possess? He said, that which you don't lose in the event of shipwreck. You know, they used to have a lot of shipwrecks in the old days. If you was carrying a bag full of gold, that gold was pulling you down, you cut that in, right? Why? Because you got to save yourself. That which you don't lose in the event of shipwreck means that you save yourself and learn to control and manage yourself. And when you save yourself from the Satan, from the shaitan, that's our main enemy. The people don't know that. The people don't even talk about the devil no more. Tell the truth. If you ask the people out there, standing right there, almost hugging each other, and the news just said at least be 8 feet away. And the Negro is just like, hey, 8 inches, a foot, even some, or even a foot away, you know. I saw the barbecue man with a big trailer he pulled by, and all the Negroes was there. Even to go in the white man's store, you gotta be this. They got lines. They stay away. The Negro was hugging each other and everything. If you go out there right now and tell them the shaitan made you do that. The shaitan distorted reality. The shaitan could have made the disease. That's not important. The important thing is that you are not doing what's technically good for you. Especially in Louisiana, what is it, 75 or 80% of the people that's dying is black. And in other cities, it's almost as high. We don't know whether it's targeted or what, but there's some rules that can help you a little bit. Hey, follow them. The Negro don't hear those. You don't care. Why you don't care? Because the shaitan is the devil. So we have to use modern language, modern sophistication, and develop religious terminology that's cloaked in scientific jargon. Science fiction magic. That's what we, and it's been like that. We haven't been talking about all this stuff about psychological manipulation. Well, we've been talking because it wasn't a time. The people would have locked us up over in St. Elizabeth. No, they would. If you come too soon, sometimes that's patience. You have to wait sometimes. You have to wait on the people. And you're sitting there waiting, pitching quarters or dimes or something. Well, then you look up, this is it. You come out running. Why? You've been waiting on it all the time. All of it come together. The white man being oppressed, right? The science fiction management, the picture recognition of all of people, all of that stuff.
Right.
The studying of all, they can study, find out anything, everything you eat and anything you do by just looking at your credit card, right? What you spent, right? All of that. That's our mission. I didn't mean to talk all that much, but are there any questions or comments? Or we can go right back into what we was dealing with. First, we was just talking about our goal here. Well, we haven't come up with one solution. That was flyers and information. What else can we do to influence the direction of change right now? Anybody?
Well, I did say, partner up going with the alternative resistance plan of hooking up with the churches.
Yeah. Churches. Are the Muslims on that page at all, you think?
What page?
Alternative resistance. From what you see, I mean, from the websites, from what they do?
No, definitely not. Because like I had mentioned before, everybody was talking about Bernie.
Yeah.
The Muslims were talking about Bernie or somebody else, so they just told me that their focus is on, their solution is through, the system. So they're definitely not
That shows you how far the Muslims are from the Hadith, because the Hadith said that Muslims do not want to get bit from the same hole twice. We told the Muslims 40 years ago that we're not going to be involved in any politics because because of our experience as black people, you're not going to get anywhere with that. They give it to you today, they'll come right back and they're going. And that was 40 years ago. They had just began to take back all the things that they'd so-called put out. So.
And we always end up on the losing team anyway. Whoever we support is always losing. Therefore,
they got with Kerry, George Bush won. They got with somebody else. And, well, even now, when they got with Hillary,
right.
Oh, what's her name, win?
Right.
And he come out wanting to put all the Muslims in jail almost. You know, old Don. But anyway, we may not be able to count on the Muslims that much, but we'll write them out. I mean, we'll not write them out. We will write them in, but just put little things, semicolons around them. Because I think for instance, like for the next couple of months, maybe even the next few months, we'll spend most of our focus on fundraising. That means we ain't worried about Juma, we ain't worried about, first of all, everybody come to Juma look like they're getting a little salary or something for it anyway. I mean, it's not, don't mean it's true, but it seems like that. I mean, they just don't, because they just come in, look up in the air and go right on out. It ain't no matter how deep it is and how urgent it is, they ain't giving them no response. They just, Assalamu alaikum, and they gone. They don't even stop and hang and ask questions about, well, he said this, he said that. There's no sign of interest at all that they got. I guess they go get their stamp or somewhere, and then that's what they do. Oh, no, it's just clear. That's the way I feel about it. And it comes from, I don't know how many years of experience. If the whole crew can join up with our As-Sabiqun, and they all pack up and leave the same day, and they still hang around each other, but they had bayah to our As-Sabiqun, but that's all too, it's all too perfect. But remember, that's good. That's good. That means there's no unclarity. Everything is, when you see it, that's what it is. Okay. So, but this continuous fundraising, why do that? We want to do that so that we get a reservoir of our own resources. Because we believe that we're going to have a big day out there in California because of the way the government, they seem to be doing this stuff so that we will, you know, win our $100 million case. So it seems like that the way they've been doing, arresting, and you got all the paperwork, the other people don't have nothing, that means they trying to give you something. But when they give you something, they manipulate. They feel they can manipulate it. That's why shaping and hurting. Anybody, if they was us, they'd be back in California in the court. They'd be fighting their case. They would have done that a long time ago. We didn't do it because we don't Because when people see where we are, we got here by ourselves. We didn't get here because of you. So if you build the highway, the road, with good intentions there. If you build a highway, you got little stops that you know along the way. And even when it's a strategic retreat, you know, like they make you real big, then you have to pull back. We went through that many times. So we'll know where we can stop and rest and do what we want to do, because we built the highway. How do we know this is going to happen? In California, from here, I don't know, 40, 50, probably it's more than that. So we know the places where we can stop and get cheap gas and everything all along the highway. Some of the places we done stopped at so many times, it's like we live there almost. You know when you're going to hit the valleys, when you're going to hit the hills, you're going to know all of those things. Because once you've been down a certain road, you know what to expect on that road. You know the vistas that you're going to see. All of that. It's the same thing on movement. You've been down that road, you already know what you're going to see. Because that road is the same road, always the same road. Patience in adversity. That's what the Quran refers to. That means no matter what happens, we have to have patience in adversity. And you can do stuff so long that it's not adversity anymore. We have to harass them to do some more adversity. Getting more multiple. We're telling boss man, that little stuff you do, nobody cares about it anymore. Now, it'll scare the doo-doo out of somebody else, but it don't have no effect on us. We've been down that road too many times. No, you cannot, and evolving to the level of science fiction management means that you get to a level that even if the boss man got a gadget in your brain that can control the flow of stuff in your body and make your legs hurt when anything, boss man, right now, I'm just only 98% certain of it, but I'm sure of it. I am absolutely sure of it. But we say, get busy, sucker. Yeah, that's what science fiction, that means that you don't care what they can do. That means you get to the level, Taskia bil nafs means you get to the level of achievement of martyrdom. And if you're ready to achieve martyrdom, you have to be ready on a daily, weekly, monthly, hourly basis in any form of martyrdom, any shape of martyrdom. And when the hadith talks about oppression, the people was asking the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, make dua for us. It's so, he said in the olden days, man, people got thrown in the pits with lions. They got their skin pulled off with combs of iron. I mean, they skinned the niggas. And the people didn't change their faith, simply too impatient. Then he told them it'll come a time when a woman can travel from Hadramaut to Sana. That's back in Yemen now. They still have Sana without any worry, except maybe a wolf might be out there, you know, stalking something. That's what's on our side. Remember, our movement wants to be a credit to the race first, and then a credit to humanity in the final analysis. The biggest thing out of all of this can reach that level with no hatred, no animosity, or no nothing, with a big smile. That is the rarest of all of it. That, my research showed, that don't happen. It just don't happen. Nobody gets that far, or they don't let them live. You ever see the picture of Malcolm in the window with his rifle? Paranoid, but he just should be like that. Suppose you can get to where that's not even possible, right? It's not even possible. That means, in human terms, you done had some, I really can't explain it thoroughly. All I can say is, personally, I thank Allah for being here all this time and seeing and getting. Can you imagine that you can go all over the world, all over the physical world? I don't bet you there's not one Negro know where Cañon de Cobre is. Copper Canyon is like Grand Canyon, except it's in Mexico. Ain't nobody never been there. I never heard nobody even mention it. But just imagine you get a chance to look at Allah's creation and know that it was given to us with mizan, with balance. It's out of balance now. We can play a part in help making it. That's where the road to heaven is paved, with those deeds. Yeah. The road to hell is not paved with bad intentions.
With good intentions.
Good intentions, right. Yeah. Well, yeah, the road to hell is bad. That's what, if you want to go to hell, get you some bad niyyah, right? Right, just get bad niyyah and follow your niyyah. And you're headed to hell. You'll get there. But you won't get to hell if you got good niyyah. Everything you got, I want to do good. That ain't what Allah say. Right? Okay, anyway, so the fundraising we'll do for a certain amount of time to where we reach what we feel comfortable with. And we'll win or lose a case in California when we get ready. Yeah. We'll do it when we get ready. Are there any other